Hey guys, Jay Doran, CEO of Culture Matters, and I'm blessed to be here with David Lykken with Lykken on Lending. And you have over 4 companies in and around the mortgage business, helping millions of people understand mortgages. Right now, what is the most important thing people need to understand about the mortgage industry?
Number one, this industry is going through one of the more difficult challenges because of fixed costs are way at the highest levels they've ever been. And we're looking at a lot of companies going out of business. So our number one focus right now is help keep companies in business. We need a healthy housing finance system. Unfortunately, there's been some issues and there's some headwinds that are really struggling. And we look at a lot of companies that were culture. They're struggling in culture, which is I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
So with my podcast, I'm as interested in interviewing you as you are me.
What are you seeing in respect to companies and their culture, that things that are lacking that could improve from your end? 45 years in the business.
First of all, I think it's leadership. The number one thing when we look at what's going on in our industry right now, the number one thing is, in my opinion, a lack of leadership. We have not addressed the difficult issues going on in a lot of companies. And process, I like Marcus Lemonis. I love the prophet on CNBC. He talks about 3 primary things: people, process, and product. Well, our products in the mortgage industry can't do a lot. It's Fannie and Freddie, FHA, VA. I mean, it's pretty standard. There's some other things. We're seeing some loosening of credit, so there's a little bit of indication we might see some unique products. Pretty much the vanilla stuff. So the thing we focus on is people, which goes to culture. That's something I'm really fascinated to talk to you about. And then the other thing is process. So we spend a lot of time looking at business processes. And most people, most companies' processes are pathetic. They have not been intentional, they're not good leaders, and they're just going about whatever they can do to fix it.
So would you say that the process not being refined or intentional comes back to the people part of that? People, process?
Well, it's always, it is an absolute marriage. I mean, you can't do one without the other. I think the biggest thing what we're finding out is once we start looking at process, we look at what their current processes are, we go in and then we suggest new process that be a lot more efficient, better for the consumer, speed the process up and drop costs, 3 very important things. And they go, no, don't want to do that. And I go, why? Well, we find out it's usually because an individual knows one way to do it, and they're refusing to change.
So would you say they're closed?
They're closed off. And which goes to the leadership thing, which really goes to culture. What kind of culture do we have in a company? Do we have companies that have a culture where they're open to learn and grow, or do we have cultures that are closed off and stagnant?